How's it going, everybody? It's me, Will from Ghosthack, your main man. What's up? We got a few people in the chat here. So today, what we're going to do is I'm going to be making a track using an acapella from the Ultimate Vocal Library 3, but I'm also going to be using a couple of guitar loops that I found in the Ultimate Vocal Library 3. If you're interested in this third volume of the Vocal Library, then you can follow the link in the top of the description. It'll take you right to the Ghosthack page, and you can read more about it, you can listen to some demo tracks, and you can purchase it if you believe it will help your music production. It will probably help your music production, take it from me. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Yeah, we got some people in here. It's looking good. All right. I keep my phone off to the side just to monitor the streams to make sure everything's going all right, so I can see when you guys see if something weird happens. But cool, looks like we're all up and running good. Let me know if any levels need to be changed, but I think we're all good. But I'm just going to play what we have here to start off, which is the main acapella that I grabbed from here. And also the harmony that comes with it. I believe this acapella is from, is this 404 page not found for me? Well, let me check that. That's a good thing. Let me follow this link. Open Vocal Library Volume 3. Let's open this up. Does it work for me? 404 page not found. Okay, well that's a problem. So now let's go in. Let me go in here. Can we get someone on that? Because it looks like yeah, if it fixed link. Okay, cool. Thanks, I appreciate you. But okay, so that's getting fixed. So that'll get fixed up. So once I get fixed up, you can click the link to follow it. Yeah, there's the link right there. All right. This make me feel got you doing something bad. No. But anyway, live chat. Let me pull this up. Cool. I got that all set up. Basically, I'm going to use guitar loops also from the Ultimate Vocal Library Volume 3. And they have some pretty nice loops. I believe this vocal is from Omar right here. So I'm going to play that. And I'm also going to play the two guitar loops that are on top of it. First one sounds like this. And then the second one sounds like this. And then the vocals on top of it sound like this.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Feet are on the edge, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds but it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds but it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know.
The new pack vocals, I mean, yeah, both the vocals and the guitar loops are from the new pack, the Ultimate Vocal Library 3. It just comes with guitar loops as extra, so it's really good for starting tracks. But yeah, that's what we have to work with, and I really like it. I actually really like these progressions together and the vocals together. The harmonies and the vocals sound really good.
Head in the clouds but it's ice cold.
There's plenty of cool stuff to work from, and I don't know if what I'm going to be doing is going to be contained into one singular genre. I think I'm going to try to do, maybe I'll add some sort of trappy stuff. I want to do something experimental. I want to, you know, get kind of fun with it and not really be limited by a genre. I don't want to say, oh, this is just, it has to be this genre in particular. I want to just see where it takes me. Oh, it's a demo song. Well, this isn't a demo song yet. This is actually one of the acapellas, but I'm just gonna make it a track to show you how you could take, because there's like 22 acapellas in this pack. And then acapellas with some musical elements. Well, they're all musical elements. I'm not sure, but let's just go ahead and get started. And I think I'm going to start with these vocals.
Catch me looking up when I feel down.
And I just want to process these. So first off, this is what I do to all my vocals: is I'm going to go ahead and just select this right here, and then cut probably around between 80 and 100.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud.
Yeah, I'll put it at 100 there because it's not super deep. But essentially, no matter how high quality the recording is, and this is a pretty high quality recording, I always do that just to make sure that there's no weird low end. And then after that, I'm going to, I think all I'm really gonna do is just take some reverb and delay, really simple, and I can do that with Serum Effects here. Trap snares, maybe. Yeah, maybe we can do something trappy. I'll see what comes to mind. I have some ideas about sort of maybe resampling drum sounds, or maybe creating a drum loop and kind of corrupting it to make it sound sort of big and broken or something. But basically, I'm going to go ahead and add some delay.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud.
Oh, how to make trap. Okay, that would be a different video.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head.
And then a little bit of reverb here.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah.
I was listening back to some of my older tracks that I've made using vocals like these, and I think I tend to add a little too much reverb because, you know, what I'm listening to on my headphones is a very, very clean signal, so I automatically want to give it more reverb. But when you're listening through like car speakers or other speakers, there will automatically be some sort of other room in there, and if I drown it in too much reverb, then it's going to get a little too drowned out. So I want to make sure that it is still pretty dry, but you can hear the reverb tail just separate.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud.
So I'm probably just going to leave it like that, and before that I think I'm just going to add a little bit of sound goodizer. There's not really much reason for this. I just like to do it just a little bit because it makes it a bit stronger.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud.
It brings up, you know, the rich low end of the vocal and also kind of the sizzly high. It makes it easier to understand, in my opinion, as well. But just a tad bit of that. And then for these, yeah, the harmonies, I think I'm going to take the same thing. So I'll just go File, Save Mixer Track State As, and drag it right onto 21. So it's going to be the same chain. Except I'm going to take off the sound goodizer, and I'm going to go into Serum Effects, and then maybe not overkill, just a little bit. It's just a little bit of sound. It wasn't much. It was just a little bit. But then I can go a little bit of hyperdimension here. I'm going to turn this all the way up to 7, just so we can. Turn the detune all the way up here, just so we can get some nice. Sort of wishy-washy, warbly, wet harmonies to mix on top of something dry. And then we have this. The sound goodizer also helps it mix in with electronic elements, because any electronic elements that I have will also be pretty harsh. If I was making this just like some indie acoustic track or something like that, then I probably wouldn't do that because it would be a little overkill, but not if we're making electronic stuff. And then I can turn the reverb up for this a little bit, delay down. Messing with my head. I'm starting with the dry vocal for this one. Messing with my head. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own. Also, I'm going to do a little thing with the EQ here. Let me add a pull here, where I take a little bit of 2K out. And this is what I actually do if I ever record my own vocals, because when I record my own vocals, it tends to be like a little bit nasally almost, and I found that around 2K. It's kind of a resonant area, so in some vocals that I hear that, I'll just kind of take this down. And this all depends on the vocalist that you have. It's not any reflection on their talent. They just have a different voice. Give me something true. Stay. And you can also do a similar thing for around 5K, was it? Give me something true instead, and I'll be messing with my head. Give me something true instead, and I'll be messing with my head. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own. Messing with my head. It's just going to be a little bit around 10K, just making sure that those resonant frequencies are taken care of. And so now we have that. Now let's deal with the guitar loops. Man, I honestly do not think there's much I want to do to these right now. They sound really good, but what I am going to do is take out just a little bit between 1K and 4K, because that's where that's where sort of the pronunciation of vocals sit. Vocals tend to sit in these areas between 1K and 4K. And if I take a little bit out from there, let me see. So there's 1K, there's 4K, and then we can just take a little bit out here. If I take a little bit out from there, then it'll make the vocal a little easier to understand. The pronunciation will be a little more obvious. I could also do some de-essing. Let's see. There we go. So now it won't clash with the vocal quite as much. All right, in what style is this track? I'm not really sure. I'm not really going to be limited by genre on this one. I just want to make sure that I do whatever the music tells me to do here. I think there's going to be some sort of trap elements. Maybe some stuff will be kind of industrial. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But basically, I have a really good start.
Messing with my head, give me something true instead, and now we just.
I might add a smidge more reverb on the top of this. So that'll work together a little better. Alright, and I know I don't want this in here the whole time. So it just has to come in at the right moment.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Feet are on the edge, messing with my head,
I want to get a drum loop going here, so I want to get some drum elements. I'm thinking like a
head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night go.
This is what I want to do, where I almost kind of make a drum loop and then sort of affect it to be like make it not super tight and raw. I want to make it kind of processed, maybe a little heavier. 40 gig of Ghosthack. Whew! That's some files right there. All right. Let's see what other, where could I get the sounds that I'm wanting to get? Let's see. Let me try if maybe East Coast hip hop, maybe that pack has some stuff that we could grab from. Maybe some one shots here. Let me see what the snares are like.
Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night go.
Yeah, there is heavier reverb on the backing vocals. So I'm just going to take any snare and I'm going to put this here.
Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where.
Is there some clicking and clacking and? Is that my mic again? This mic should be perfectly fine.
Catch me look, head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Hey.
So now I want to kind of work with this snare to process it a little bit, maybe make it a little bit heavier. I want to add a tail. And I want to make sure it cuts off right at this beat, because this is going to be important for what we're doing here. I want to go into 2. And then here, let me get rid of this. Yeah, I want to go into 2 and I want to process this like first off EQ. I appreciate it. Yeah, maybe take down a little bit of these lows. And then let me see what happens if I use a Maximus and go like this. Make a Prida snare, basically. Not sure if I want to do that. Maybe I could go. So now the low end kicks in, but the mid and high end kind of, they stay.
Clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go.
And this is just going to be a layer. And then maybe we could add something to kind of distort and corrupt this, like a fast distortion. As a matter of fact, if this is a layer, then I need to take off the low end a lot. I can do that afterwards. Let's see. It's a little over the top, but maybe we can work with it. Let's turn the post down. Basically, this is what I want. I want something big and sort of distorted and corrupted and weird. And so I can go into the EQ and go like this. And just make a weird snare layer. Take down this super high end. And this is going to be just like a noise layer.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so.
And we're going to get an actual snare in here.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. Clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so.
And then let's sprout this into 2.
In the
take down the high end. This is an interesting snare. Don't know if I want this one in particular. Oh.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on.
There we go, and let's add a little bit of soft clipping here. Like to add a little bit of wave shaper. Make it a little bigger.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night.
So it can go.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know.
Maybe something like that. I like having sort of just a noisy layer behind snares like this. But we have to add a kick before we can do much else. And now, so let's find kick drum. Should we take a kick from the East Coast hip hop? Oh, these sound pretty good. That's a solid kick. Still getting the little clicks and doodads. Hopefully it's not too loud.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. In the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground with
it sounds really good with the kick over it.
Be on the ground with be on the ground with be on the ground where the night go. Be on in the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night.
Oh.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna put ghost notes. It might be a little too airy.
In the clouds with it's ice cold.
Yeah.
In the clouds with it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. In the clouds with it's ice cold.
I'm just gonna work with this, and let's take it down 2 maybe. Yeah, we'll do a little fade out. And what I did with the snare layer, I'm also going to do with, like I'm living in a tutorial. Yeah, this is what it's like recording the tutorials. And then I'm going to add the kick layer like I did with the snare layer. So EQ. Doesn't look too bad. Let's go this right here. Actually, we're gonna go this. And then we'll go soft clipper, maybe? No, not the soft clipper. I'm gonna go wave shaper. Just like with the snare.
In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground.
Yeah.
In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on. In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes.
And now let's get the kick layer. How do I want to do this? Maybe I can just go into the basic FL Studio kick pack so I can create this kick layer. Let me see. Maybe I can just use an FPC. Yeah, I can just use this as a layer. So this will go into 4, I guess. Let me put this right by the kick. Yeah, first thing I want to do is go into an EQ. Take out some of this low end. I just want this as just an airy sort of distorted kick layer, same as I did with the snare. Can you do a trap beat video? Sure, I'll do trap beat videos in the future. So I want to make sure that's contained. And now let's go fast distortion. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Next up, we want reverb, but man, a short reverb. Gonna use Ghosthack, yeah, using basic FL Studio kicks. Who am I? And now I'm going to go into Maximus. I have to use the reverb after Maximus. And then I'll do the same thing I did with the snare where I EQ it. And I can use this notch to kind of shape it, make it a little darker. From Ghosthack is getting fired right out. Yeah. I have to use Ghosthack stuff for every single thing I do.
In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes. In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes. In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes. In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes.
So that's going to be the layer. To make the kick sound maybe a little more natural. It's still not super natural sounding, but that's okay.
In the clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes.
And that already has some reverb to it, so that's good. And now what do I want to do for hats and cymbals and stuff? I think I want to make a hat loop and then sort of mess that up as well the same way I did with the other drums so we can make it kind of strange. And now I will go back into using the Ghosthack drums. Where do I want to get some hi-hats? Maybe I can go into the Ultimate Producer Bundle drums. Yeah, that could be cool. Let me see. Here we are. Ultimate Producer Bundle, exclusive drums. Hat and percussion loops. What if I took a hat? I made these loops myself before, so is it really me using loops if I made them? I don't know, but they're 175, but they're very fast. I'd have to take a slower drum loop and then stretch it, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. What would it even be like if I stretched this out to like 180? Let me slow this down. Zoom. Okay, I like this part right here where it goes, but the intro part here is like in the third. It's like in the 6/4 thing, so I'm not really gonna do that. I like these sort of weird ones that are kind of unique. Like they're not exactly just, I didn't just take one hi-hat and just create a pattern. Like I sort of made it weird. I can definitely use that. That sort of fits. So I'm going to stretch it out like this, and then I'm going to process it. Yeah, it sounds really cool actually. And then let's take out low end. Let's also take out around 2K. Let's add reverb. Just a little bit of room. I want to take this kick and sidechain it to the hi-hats. I'm going to create proper sidechains later, but just what I want to do now is I want to right-click here when the kick channel is selected, and then sidechain to this track. So we have a little sidechain signal going to here. And then let me open up Fruity Limiter here and go to compressor. Actually, let me put the ceiling all the way up. Go to compressor, sidechain, right-click it, and insert 1. Now I can bring down the threshold. So now we have the kick drum kind of controlling how loud the hi-hat loop can get. Then I kind of want to take the same one and double time it. Or not double time it, just double time it off what is already here. So I'll just make it unique. Let me see, make this unique. Let me close this out. Give me a little more workspace so I'm not blocking the view. And now I can stretch this out since it's made unique to be a different speed. What would it sound like if I kept it in the same channel? How do I get sound design and gig for you guys? Well, the affiliate program is if you want to work with, if you have like a company or a page or something, and you wanna work with advertising, and you can get revenue. You can read more about the affiliate program if you go to our website and look it up there. And now I want to chop this up to add some sort of interesting moments. Like I want to chop this spot up right here so I can do kind of a double time thing. And take this. Maybe not this one, let's take a different one. I just want to solo these drums real quick. And this is a nice hat right here. Let me take this and move this here. And I want another sort of double hit here as well. So I can delete this and take maybe this. And then I will take this hat as well and do kind of a quadruple. Let me just make sure that they're all the same. I can even make them faster. Maybe do something like this. Yeah. All right, now I don't think I want this drum loop at this specific point.
Give me some head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the ground when you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the ground when I go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know.
Another interesting thing I think I want to do is I want to go into the hats channel and I want to pull up this free plugin called Pancake 2. And what it does is it just pans everything around in one motion. And I don't think I want to change much other than just turning down the mix. If you're wearing headphones, and this will be a little more apparent that it's kind of panning back and forth.
Head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the ground when I go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the ground when I go. Say no lies if you say so.
Yeah, am I Will or am I Dave? No one knows.
Head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the ground when I go.
You use VU meters in your sound design. VU meters? I probably know what that is, but I guess I just haven't heard of it as a VU meter. What do you mean by VU meter? And normally I don't tend to use meters or really analyzing tools when I'm doing sound design. I tend to just make the sounds, and then when I'm perfecting them, then I'll look at levels and stuff like that. So I want to get some sort of bass line in here, and I don't know what sort of thing I want. I could go a lot of different ways. I could do synthesis. I could do, it is going to be synthesis almost whatever I do, but I can make it sound kind of electronic and strange. I could sort of make a basic bass line and kind of corrupt it. I could go a lot of ways.
Head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the ground when I go.
I could also go 808. I don't know if I want to go 808. I look guilty? What do you mean? I don't look guilty. That's just my face. I just have a face.
Head in the clouds when it's ice cold.
A guilty looking face. I'm not one of those people who looks happy all the time. I have like kind of a resting just a face like that. And when I'm usually raising my eyebrows, and I don't know why, so I got like a sort of face going on pretty much like all the time. I don't know. But I'm gonna go ahead. I think I want to make a bass by sort of taking. Should I just take boo bass and then affect it? Like obviously I wouldn't leave it like this.
Head in the clouds when it's ice cold. Be on the ground when.
You look mad. Yeah, I have an RBF. I have a serious case of RBF. I could do that, but I could do something else. I want to take something sort of plucky. so it has dynamics. Like I don't want the bass to just be just in the background the whole time. I want it to have dynamics. So maybe I could do Harmor. Because Harmor just has these analog basses. But using that preset I made this one, let me see, hard pluck. What even key is this in? This is in C minor. Yeah, I can start with this and then perfect the sound afterward, because I almost wanted to play like the pattern of an 808 during the granular synth on pigments for manipulating samples. Cool. I don't actually have pigments here. I thought I did for a while, but I actually do not. Black Marvin does pretty much all the stuff that we do on pigments. But let me go into here and create this. Yeah. I'm going to create it kind of high up so I can hear what notes I'm pressing. What snap am I on? There we are. Okay, I have no clue if I'm even writing in the progression that we have right now. What's this? I suppose if we match it with this, then I can't really go wrong. Let me see. Yeah, maybe I can do something like that. That could work out pretty well. Let me just make sure that I can keep it interesting and not have to do exactly the same thing all the time. Oh, I forgot that this this loop actually does have two parts, but I just didn't use it. Like there's this half of the loop right here. And then there's this other half. I just didn't really decide to use that because it didn't go with the vocals as well. But this one right here does have the two halves. So it goes. And it goes up to the higher notes. Yeah, maybe I can just do that. Yeah, that could work out pretty well. I think that should work with the original pattern as well. Yeah. You know that my heart is yours to don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Feet on the ground where the night cold. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Yeah, now we'll have to perfect it because it doesn't mix in that well. I kind of want to limit these high frequencies. Maybe I can just do that with this. Still sounds like it's too high up. Or maybe that's just because of the harmonizer. Yeah, it's just because of the harmonizer. Wait, why is this going through 1? That would also affect it. That's interesting. Let me route this through. I'll just start this down at 19. So we can kind of work backwards because the vocals and everything else start at 20. What I always do with this preset is I take a Maximus and then I go into the low end. Then I solo it. And just about here. And then I'll make it 100% merged. So it's mono. That way the mids are still stereo and the high end is still stereo, but the lows are mono, so it doesn't make any weird stereo low frequencies. And actually what I want to do is I do want to cut the very sub, not all the low frequencies of course, but because I am going to add bass over this. Really don't know what you don't know. In the clouds where the sun's cold, be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. And that way, without the sub, we can make this louder. In the clouds where the sun's cold, be on the and it doesn't sound overpowering, but we do still have to add the sub, which what I'm going to do is add the sub bass that I normally add with Citrus, and then I'm going to sort of pluck it and make it match this bass line. And what I'm going to do, put an OTT on it. Put an OTT. Where the OTT? I mean, it's kind of over the top, but that's the point, isn't it? Let me see. Let me take a reverb off this. I mean, it doesn't not work. Sort of mixes in with the drums a little better. Still learning about it myself, but what I have learned that it helps you get all your sounds level at the sweet spot, -18. And when it comes to leveling, a lot of people have very sort of strict ways in which they level it, and they believe that it sounds better. I believe that, I don't know. I just in Maximus, I just make sure there's a little bit of threshold here. And if it's running through a little bit of this, that's what it would do in the master chain anyway, so I'm not really too worried about leveling. But let me get sub bass here. I'm going to use Citrus. We have a video on the Ghosthack YouTube page about how to sub bass and how I do all my sub basses, so if you want to know how I sub bass, then you can open that up, and I'm just going to pull up my sub preset. And then bring this down. Yeah. And then I can just copy this right here. Copy it and paste it. Yeah, that's deep. And I'll probably run it through a little bit of soft clipping, just to give it a little more color. sub and yeah, I'm going to create a proper sidechain for all of this with the kick in a second. Actually, that'd be a good thing to do now because I don't want to sidechain the vocals, but I do want to sidechain at least one of the guitars. Like, yes, I'm RUBICS, spelled with a C. So yeah, I think a sidechain channel is a good thing to create now. So I'm just going to go over here and take any one of these, 90, and I will dock this to the right. So it's constantly on the right here. That's what I always do with my sidechain. Only work in FL. I've worked in other DAWs before. I prefer FL. I also really like Ableton, but FL's done everything I've asked it to do. It's really just I've gotten pretty good at it, and I don't see really a need to switch. But I've used other DAWs. They're pretty good. I'm also decent in Pro Tools as well as Reason. So this is the sidechain channel. Sidechain. And now everything I want sidechained will route to that. Yeah. I think I know I want to sidechain the sub. I don't actually know if I want to sidechain the pluck bass because I think the high end of the pluck bass actually works very well with the impact of the kick, and that's what's good about separating the high end of the bass from the low end of the bass is you can do them separately if I want. Like if I don't sidechain that pluck, it's not going to interfere with the low end. Like it's not going to be a problem. But I do definitely want to sidechain the sub, so route to this track only. I do want to sidechain this one, I know for sure. I maybe want to sidechain this one. I probably should, but I'll get to that. Sometimes it's not necessary to sidechain everything. Like it's not a bad idea to do so, but it's not always 100% necessary. This is getting ducked separately with a limiter. Or, well, getting actually sidechained. So now that we have this sidechain, let's go into, yeah, I'll just open up a limiter. I'll just use this, and then I can bring the ceiling all the way up. And now let's just create a little automation clip for the gain. And it's nice and long, yay. Small automation clips. We'll go here, bring this down, and bring this up here so we can work with this because I just want to create a sidechain shape right now. Like let me just cut out these vocals and create this sidechain shape. Double curve. Yeah, I do want to route this other guitar loop through here. Let's see, route to this track only. There are many ways to do sidechains in FL Studio and other DAWs that could be easier, but this is just a really simple way. I don't have to set anything up. Yeah, I could add a sidechain VST if I wanted to. Clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. And now I have to make sure this thing I want to add even more reverb. I just like this being an ambient thing. Let me check the stereo spectrum here. This is a free plugin from Kilohertz. Make it nice and stereo. Clouds when it's ice cold, be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. All right. So what else would be good to add to this in particular? I want to add some kind of pad. I think that would be good. Hey, well, also, do people have to use side chaining? Not sure if I understand, but I like side chaining. There are a lot of different ways you can do it. I think there's at least one tutorial on side chaining for Ghosthack. I know that there's at least one. There might even be a couple.
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where night goes.
All right, and now next up, I want to add some kind of pad. I want some chords happening in the background, which a chord progression is a good thing to get set up at this moment. And thankfully, there are already some chords and stuff we can follow here. So all I'm going to do is open up a piano just to create a chord progression, and then we can add some chords in the form of like a pad. Let's see, piano. Where is FL? Okay, FL keys. I'll just use FL keys because we're not going to keep this. It is in C minor, so I'm just going to start with I can't play. C minor triad, and then we'll create something from here. Do 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 do. So this is just a really simple C, A sharp, G sharp, G. Play it. You cannot write and be a musician, for crying out loud. Yep. 4 years of piano, which I did take 4 years of piano, but I don't remember squat, except for like basic, like I know what the keys are. Everything else that I've learned in music has been producing. That doesn't not work. But it would almost be better to do that at the end here, because I think I do want to create twice the length. Oh yeah, I have to double up. And then let me get this other guitar loop in here. Is it not working? Oh, I forgot to. There we go. And then I could take. Wait, what if I did? I should probably go the other direction. I should probably take these top notes and invert these. Maybe I could go like this. Yeah, so it's the same chord progression. That's the exact same chords. I just moved up, I just transposed some of these chords. This makes me wonder if these chords would actually be better flipped. Yeah, it actually sounds better that way. Last chord up. See, there's a delay here, so I don't know if I already did what you're talking about, but do you want me to do this? That actually sounds cool. But it's the same note there, and I don't know if I want that. So I'm just gonna keep that there. Of course, these bottom notes, let me see. These bottom notes can get taken and taken down. Yeah, I can bring that up. So now this first chord both goes down lower and goes up higher. So that kind of makes it sound a little bigger right when the first chord hits. All right, so now I have those chords and I want to turn those into sort of something pad-ish, create some sort of atmosphere. Serum. So how do I want to go about doing this? There's a lot of ways that I could make pad. Probably I just want to take something sort of dissonant, which I can probably get in the digital tab. Maybe not 16, let's go just 9. That's kind of nice. What if I just slowly modulate that around? That sounds kind of pleasant. I can go with that. And let's add another one here. Perhaps... Jesus. Something a little harder, a little more solid. Good, there it is. Musical inspiration. Don't know how much I actually want to low pass this. I usually low pass all my pads, but maybe we can add something in here like perhaps if we just open up, where is it? Horns of Fear? Would that be a good thing to add here? Sure, it's not perfect. I'll just use it as a layer. Some attack. It's a little bit of release. What is this on 44? Take it down to 32. Yeah, we can do that. A little bit of flanging. Tad bit of phaser, some chorus here. Some delay. A little bit of reverb. Yeah. Let's open up plate reverb, turn the width all the way up. Cool, and I think that's something we can work with here. Let's route this into its own channel. We're gonna go 17 for this one. I could label my tracks, but when I add an effect on it, this little thing pops up, so it's easy for me to see what tracks have stuff in them. So the first thing I want to do is cut the sub here, which there isn't a lot of sub, but the sub that's there I need to cut. Let's take a little bit down around 1K, a little bit around 4K, and a tad in between, so the vocal sits a little better right in there. Let's use the low pass filter here. We should be pretty heavy in the stereo spectrum. Yep, we're looking good. And then let's see how this just layers in with, say, the guitars. Hey, don't you love CPU problems? Let's go, 256. Let's move this down to 48. And then we need macros, switch smart disable for all plugins. I do have multi-threaded processing on this, correct? Processing, allow threaded processing, yeah, okay. So that's good. So maybe we can just lower this to like 7. Yeah, that's good atmosphere. Sidechaining function in Smart EQ by some. I don't have the Smart EQ. I usually just use the parametric EQ, just the parametric EQ too. Resample the pads to save CPU. True. I feel like I want to do some edits to them first though. Ooh, they sound good. But let's route these through the sidechain. Route to this track only. Jeez. I usually don't have CPU problems on stream. I know it's just because of this pad. Yeah, I think I've done most of what I can do to eliminate CPU. Which is weird because before the pad, even then my CPU should not be that high. I mean, this is all just like, this is the only thing that's actually instruments. I know what you're talking about, where I just do some of, maybe some of this if I have it pumping up and down, like. Yeah, I suppose we can sacrifice the quality. Since this is so low frequency, that sacrificing the quality is probably okay. Nah. Maybe we could do a mix of that so it is pumping, but it's not pumping all the reverb and stuff. Like, it's just halfway. Yeah, it is definitely the pad. So I guess something to do once I'm done with the pad, I can balance this out. But I do like how it sounds. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Okay, so that's cool. I do enjoy that pad. So let's try to create some sort of structure. Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead. And now we just yeah, I can record these out. Like I can freeze them, but it's more of a manual process in Ableton. But I just want to I just want to get as much down before I have to do that, because it's just kind of annoying. Nah, I don't have the LFO tool. I could make Serum into an LFO tool if I wanted to.
Feet on the edge, feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head.
And this is what I want to do here. I want to record out these drums. All the drums with all the effects. I just want to go into Edison here, and then I can affect them. So let's, I can kind of resample them further. And now let's take these, let's delete, and then drag this into FL. Let's just get rid of that. I can leave the sidechain. Maybe.
Feet on the edge, yeah.
And then of course there was a little bit of delay, so I can go in here and trim that off.
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah.
And we can throw this into 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, what are we looking at? Cool, an hour and 10 minutes.
Feet on the edge.
And now I can sort of affect this in weird ways. The first thing I want to do, what if I added a Vocodex? I don't think that's practical, but hang on. I mean, he is right. The chats won't affect the CPU. Keep on chatting. Ooh. Actually kind of enjoy that. What if we added a little bit of like downsampling to it? Let me add, let's see, where is it? Crush. It's a free plugin, free downsampling plugin, Crush.
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my.
Now let's add a little bit more reverb.
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own. Feet on the edge, yeah. Something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
And now here's the question: can I take the kick and snare layers and move them on top of this?
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah.
That's interesting.
Something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
I'm gonna take the kick layer, but not the snare layer.
Yeah, messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
And then what if I just took this?
Feet on the edge. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't. Feet on. Catch me looking up when. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing.
Oh, choirs would be really interesting. I don't have any really good choir plugins, but I can use the default choirs from FL Studio that, if I mix in correctly, can sound pretty all right. So let me go in here and just go to the FL Studio packs, instruments, orchestral, and oh, I could add strings. Ooh, I'm getting some interesting ideas here. I'm going to go ahead and just add some choir ahs because they're not heavy on the CPU as far as I understand. Let me see.
Feet on the edge.
And all I have to do is take these chords and mix in the ahs, and just mixing them in will add some interesting layers. And I can affect them as well, because they're pretty. They don't sound natural right now. If I bring them up an octave. Actually, I don't think I want to do that. I want to just transpose these bottom notes upward. Maybe I want to do it for the middle notes as well. That could be interesting. Yeah. And now I can go in here and I can mess with the pan. This is a good thing about what you can do with FL Studio plugins. You can mess with this pan. So like these really top ones right here, these super high ones, they could be panned pretty far this way. Yeah, and the super low ones can be panned pretty far this direction. That's not what I wanted to do. Can be panned this direction. And then the ones in the middle can be just about here. And the ones right below it, let me make sure these are highlighted. Yeah, can be just about here. So it's kind of like a pan, like a spread. One less note in the choir. I mean, the choir is going to be background. It's going to be very background. I don't think it so many notes on each other at one time. Yeah, that's making it sound full. And I'm going to take it away like with this EQ. Because I just want the texture of the choir to be here. Like a little bit of reverb. Actually, I'm going to pull up Serum Effects so I can do reverb, delay, and other fun stuff. Yeah, a little more texture there. I want to do reverb, do some plate reverb. Turn the width all the way up. Really tight pre-delay, so it's just a super tight verb. You're all good, man. I don't think this would work. Have to be heavily sidechained. Let me route it through the sidechain. Route to the track only. And now let's play them both together, the pad and the choir, which hopefully this doesn't kill CPU. I know, I'm getting there, man. I'm getting there, man. See, that just adds the next level of ambience on top of the pad. And then we can layer this here.
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own. Hell no. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know.
added choir and my CPU stopped glitching. Did like just a little piece, I just took a little piece of heaven and put it in my computer and it fixed my CPU. I don't understand. I'm not complaining, but I can't say I understand it. Is FL Studio available for Mac OS as well? Yes, it is. Recently, actually. It was generally recent. I think FL Studio 20, which is the version we're on now, they made it available for Mac. So, knock yourself out. And then now I'm going to take these vocals and I'm going to duplicate them over this direction. And then I'm going to layer them together. Because I feel like this needs to be longer right here. Let me see. Let me double this up. I'm actually going to not use these harmonies, and I'm going to take this vocal and I'm going to duplicate it so I can make it unique. And then what would happen if I just pitched it up? It sounds obviously very chipmunky. Let me E2 speech. Or maybe just stretch. No, I'm trying to find like a smooth one. E2 transient. It is smooth, but it sounds too dramatic. Let me just try E2 speech. Or I could just try the basic up 7 semitones. Nah, I'm not a big fan, so I'm just gonna go up like this. And now I'm gonna route this through the harmony track. Form and shift. True, but that's something where when I do the form and shift, that's going to make it sound more it's going to make it sound more, almost more robotic. Like, let me do this. Let me show you. If I edit in the audio editor and go like this, and then where is it? Yeah, here it is. So if I move it up 1 octave, up 12, and then let me E generic. So it'll sound like this. And then factor course it back. Then factor course it back. Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too. It's not the same. It's not like that person just sung it higher. Like, it is still digital. Like, it still sounds very digital. Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music. Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music. I'm not really a fan of it. So I'd rather just say chipmunky and electronic and just layer it. Calm down, buddy. I'm doing it. Something true instead. You don't know what you don't know. Beat on the edge. What I could do is add some ad-libs from the Ultimate Vocal Library Volume 3. That's a good idea. You're the customer here. I'm the producer. Let me see. Ad-libs. Should we take some? Because this is Omar right here. I feel like I should take some from a different artist. That could be fun. Ali has some good ones. Let me see what kind of phrases. They're also in C minor, a lot of them. So that's also a good idea. Maybe I'll take some of these. Ooh. You don't know what you don't know. Glad you guys are liking the stream. feel like I should use some of these because they sound so good. I'll have to route them. I could just route them through the same. Maybe 21. That could work out pretty good. Just have to have the same processing as the others.
Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know.
Ah, it sounds so pretty. It doesn't. I don't know if it mixes with the vocals that well.
Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Catch me looking up when I feel down.
So I feel like what I want to do here is just chop it up and kind of use a singular part.
Catch me looking up when I feel down.
Like maybe I can take 25. Let me move this over here.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold.
Wait, where is this at?
Head in the clouds when it's ice cold.
Actually, there is an empty channel here, 22. So I'm going to take the same effects that go onto this harmony, and I'm going to transfer them over to 22. And now I'm going to route this one into 22, and all we're going to do is limit it. Like sort of not limited as far as what do I call it? Not like an actual limiter as far as dynamics. What I'm going to do is use an EQ. I'm going to kind of telephone it. Actually, maybe I could use the one thing. Hold up. I made a thing the other day, which I may do some tutorials on, because I was actually talking to Black Marvin about Patcher, the plugin I'm using right now, and we were talking about designing patches in Patcher, and we were just discussing it, and it got me interested. And I made a patcher that was designed for risers, like to before the drop. Like there's one plugin out there, I think it's called like Instant Smile. It's from is their name Data Life? I forget. But basically it's just one knob, and it sort of high passes things and slightly low passes things and makes them a little bit weaker, so you can rise up like a riser right here, and then you drop it down when the drop hits, so the drop hits a little heavier. But maybe I can use this to kind of telephone the vocal. Endless Smile, yeah. I found that it kind of works pretty well as a telephone. And I can add a little bit of reverb there to wash it out. So basically, I decided not to get the plugin and just to make my own version of it in Patcher. And I enjoy it. Let me see. I could also use another free plugin. These live streams are just basically me showing how cheap I am when it comes to buying stuff. This pitch shifter, it's not super high quality, but I could use it for some stuff. Like if I mix it in at maybe not 7, maybe I just do 12, and then I will find the right grain length. Sounds kind of broken. Really, at 4? Wouldn't think it would be that low. My CPU's kind of killing me as well. Now the 4 doesn't work. It only works for singular notes. That one sounds kind of metallic, but I'm not actually against it. And if I just layer it in, it'll just add a subtle texture to the top. I've been thinking for these pitch shifting plugins, because I have oh god, it's glitching out. Yeah, because I have a couple of them that are like free and they're not that good. I've been thinking of investing in the of just buying a little altar boy. I think Sound Toys is the producer of that. I'm thinking of just getting that, but I'll probably do that at some point.
Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds.
Basically just want to do this. Am I blocking the view of that? Yeah, a little bit. Let me see. I have to give myself space.
Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds with a sex call. Really don't know what you don't know.
Now my CPU is starting to kind of eat me up. Why is it eating me up so much? Like, I know I have the serum, but other than that, nothing I've done has been crazy. Like, switch to smart disable. Or maybe I could resample this and then actually play notes with it. Kilohertz pitch. Yeah, that's true. I've actually seen Eliminate use that a lot in his or no, he uses the frequency shifter. That's different. I'm reeling the red there. Yeah, it definitely is. So I just want to use Edison, or not effects. I want to use Edison and record this on the input. Again, I know that it sounds kind of robotic, but I'm actually okay with it. I don't have a problem with it because we're gonna. There's some kind of electronic elements in this track as well. So let's make a new pattern. Let's drag this in here, and then we can have this follow kind of the chords. So what channel was this in? Let's see, this was in which one? Yeah, this was in 22. Let's just throw this back into 22. And now, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to render some stuff out. I'll just mute the pad for now. Oh, there it is. I know exactly what I want to do. So it goes. Where is? There it is. Just like that. Let's see if that works. I don't see why that wouldn't work. That's a good layer. That is definitely a good layer. It also makes me want to add a little bit of bit crushing to make it slightly more digital. Just a little bit. But now I can render this out because I know it needs rendering out. So I will just, yeah, even just playing that. It is definitely all the voices that I have with Serum. Mute drums and let's do it next to the other harmonies. That's not a bad idea. I don't expect to hear anything different with the drums muted, but we can go ahead and... Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know. Yeah, it sounds good. And I do apologize for these CPU clicks. They are pretty annoying. So that's why I'm rendering out what I have right now. So there are ways I could do this quickly, but I think the way that I like to do it best is just to record it in Edison. Like they did make features where you can go in and highlight the track and say just like bounce it, and then it'll basically be like freeze for Ableton. But I'll just do this. So I've specifically done two parts for a reason. So I can cut this out and I can drag this in and I can make sure that I have one part that is it starting and the other part that is it looping. Like that. So that's kind of important. There shouldn't have been too much delay. I think that looks pretty... Yeah, it's automatically delayed anyway. So, and that means that I can take these and I can just mute. And now, I'll do the same for the chords, or for the choirs. Let's take Edison. Yeah, I don't want to use any of the plugins on it. Let's just take Edison here, and then record this out on play. Actually, no. It'd be better to do this in the master instead of on this track, because we're not going to route it back into the track. So, or wait, we will have to route it back into the track. No, because we have to sidechain it. I forgot about that. That's what I forgot. So I done make a mistake. This right here actually won't work. I need to re-record this, and it does have to be before the actual effects. So let me unmute this. I never really have to do this. This is pretty much just a stream thing for me. So essentially all that's on it is an EQ, but so I'm going to record it before the EQ. I'm going to record on play, and then I will record this file, and then I'll run it through the same track, so it'll go through that EQ again, and then it'll also go through the sidechain, how it's basically happening right now. So instead of Serum, we'll just have it be an audio file. Yeah, and there's a little bit of clicks. It's clicking at 77%, which is weird, because normally it has to get into the 90s for it to click for me. Okay, so that's not what I wanted to do. So now we have this file, and now we can again mute these pads, and then this was routed into which track? 17. So let's throw this back into 17. Yeah, and now it's still getting sidechained. Cool. Yeah, it's mainly from streaming. Although Serum does take up a lot of CPU, but let's do the same thing here. So we have Edison before the effects, and then we record on play, and we can record it out. We'll do the same thing. We'll just run it through the same effect chain. It will go through the side chain. Everyone will be happy. Adding some orchestral elements would be fun. All right. So there we have this, and so we can mute the choirs. Where are we here? Yeah, this one. So now those are muted. Oh yeah, which track were these choirs on? 16. So let's route this into 16, and then we should be good, and there should be no CPU problems. Yay! The Serum pad I actually made in the stream, so you can go back and look at that, but it's basically just a couple of oscillators mixed with horns of fear, a little bit of low pass filtering, and just general effects, nothing too complicated. All right, and this one right here, this, let's see, where is it? This vocal right here is going to go into, or it's already going into 22, never mind. See if we can't make this a little wider. Well, it's already pretty wide, probably. Let me go into this patcher, and there is a thing that is limiting the stereo field, which is the Maximus, actually. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that let's see, this one is activated. Which one is it, though? It must have been that one. Yeah, okay, I deactivated it. So now it's as stereo as it was before. What's that pitch shifter plugin? It's just a free plugin. It's actually not even that good, but it's just pitch shifter. Oh, you see it's glitching out here. It's just pitch shifter from rs.met.com. I don't recommend this pitch shifter. I don't. It's just what I have right now. I haven't got around to buying Little Altar Boy. I mainly recommend Little Altar Boy from what is it? Sound Toys. I forget the company, but Little Altar Boys is a good plugin for that.
It's cold, be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Still now, feet are on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something
Sounds
true
boys, yeah.
instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
Okay, so I do want to add some like brass hits, like something orchestral, just like a dome happening right at that moment. And I believe I can get that if I go into Hybrid Trap Essentials, I believe. Now, it's not labeled that on my computer because I made this back a while back, but I should be able to get, see, brass one-shots. No, that's bass. Brass. I can use that, add a bunch of reverb.
Know what you don't know.
Ooh.
Know what you don't know. Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds.
It's very low.
Know what you don't know.
Maybe I can get it from a different pack instead. Yeah, it was a little more synthetic. Yeah, let me get it from a different pack. Maybe I can get brass shots from... There should be brass shots in the Platinum Producer Bundle. Again, it's not labeled that on my computer because I was working with files. It's not very organized on my computer, but this is the Platinum Producer Bundle. I can get brass one-shots. This one's cool, but I don't think it would work. This one, however, is already in C.
Know what you don't know. Know what you don't know.
What if I just did... Oh.
Know what you don't know. Know what you don't know.
Like, that actually doesn't sound bad, but... This one is kind of meant for it.
Know what you don't know. 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 Head in the clouds. Know what you don't know.
I mean, hell, why can't I just layer both of them?
Know what you don't know. Know what you don't know.
Yeah, why not? Two different ones as a drop. Yeah, I'm definitely going to add a crap ton of reverb on this. This requires, it deserves a reverb. So let's add both of these to 15. 15. Make sure to cut this sub. Take out a little bit between 1K and 4K, same way I've been doing with most of the others. A little bit of the high end. And now reverb. A lot of it.
Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no.
Yeah, maybe not this low one, maybe just the high one.
Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't. Say no lies if you say so.
I'm actually going to make this one unique. Whoop. I'm going to make this one unique. And then I'm going to use this EQ to just lower down the high end a little bit. reverse into it, that's also a good idea. Maybe this one. Yeah, maybe I could take this one, and then I could make it unique, and then reverse. Yeah, it gets kind of gritty there at the end. That's kind of fun. And then what we'll have to do is add a little bit of generic there, so it sort of fades out, like it doesn't cut out too sharply.
Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true. Say no lies if you say so.
It's kind of interesting, but I don't think I want to do that.
You don't know what you don't know. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead. Heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge. Heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just use the small one here.
Heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head.
Don't they need volume ducking with the git kits? Maybe. Let me see if that's necessary.
Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Beat on the edge.
Yeah, the ducking is a little bit dramatic, but I think it'll actually work pretty well. Also, what I want to do is, once again, I'm going to commit heresy by using something that isn't a Ghosthack sample, and just go into the FL Studio sound effects here, and take cymbal noisy. I use this in almost all of my tracks. Just
know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go.
And actually what I want to do is I want to route it into another track. Yeah, I'm really getting fired after this stream. I am in big trouble, guys.
Know what you don't know.
And I'm gonna just add like so much reverb. Like you have no idea like how much reverb I'm about to add to this. More. I've never seen the reverb this color.
No. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies.
More.
Say know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies. What you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold.
Getting hired by Sound Toys.
Know what you don't know.
I'll be Dave from Sound Toys and then Will from Ghosthack. How about that? Then no one will ever know.
Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go.
Also, a crash cymbal is in order. I think just a really simple small crash. I'm just kind of thinking about details right now. And then after I'm done with this crash, I'm going to go through and kind of perfect the rest of this track and make it flow together. I really like that. Reverb's all right, I guess. I love a reverb. Crash cymbals. We just took the brass from the Platinum Producer Bundle, so I'm just going to go back there and get crash cymbals from the Platinum Producer Bundle. Not General District, EDM District, because there are specific crash cymbals in here that I know work pretty well. My two favorites. Gonna like this one. This is more splashy.
Know what you don't know. Head know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where it's know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where it says cold. Be on the ground where night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen, no. Beat on the edge, yeah. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah. Give something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
I'm feeling a snare layer actually, like another layer of snares. Am I crazy? I don't think I am. It's the first time I've ever done my snares above my kicks, but here we are. Snare layer, something that's like clop, you know, that's like a that has a strange. It's, I don't know, like a clop is like the best way to describe it. It's like a clop snare. I don't know. Logic sucks. I don't think Logic sucks. Well, maybe the first, maybe like legit the first Logic might suck, but Logic Pro doesn't suck, at least from what I've seen. And Logic Pro seems pretty dang good. These ones that don't sound like anything, they're like the pride of snares. You just have to wait a little bit. Clap with reverb. Clap breathing snare. Maybe I could take... Oh wait, let me go into the Future Bass pack, because that could be a lot of fun. Future Bass Essentials, I believe, is what the pack is called on the Ghosthack website. Here it's just called Future Bass pack. But snares, because they do have claps and stuff, but clop. Does add more strength. Yeah, what if I line this up correctly? Ah, no. It's a little clappy. I'm not super into the clappy nature of it. That's kind of tight. I'm okay with that actually. It's obviously a little too loud, but I'll just throw this into 7. Why not? This is why I don't really like being confined by genre sometimes. Sometimes I hear things and I just want to make something. You don't always have to confine yourself to a genre. But what I am going to do is I'm going to add Patcher again. Patcher's great. And then I'm going to open up my preset EQ the verb, where I have a dry signal coming in here, then an EQ that does whatever I want it to do, and then just completely wet reverb with the dry down, so I can EQ just the reverberation. Works very well for claps as well. Hey, I mean, you've seen my free plugins that I'm using here. You think I'm not a cheapskate? Good layer. Oh, thank you. Save the project. Looks like someone was around for the previous stream.
but it stays cold.
This snare needs to be pitched up. What is this snare doing in life?
Head in the clouds, but it stays cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Feet on the
Something makes me want to have more tail to this snare.
head in the clouds, but it stays cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes.
I don't know why. Maybe that's where a clap comes in. I'll get claps from the exclusive drums from the Ultimate Producer Bundle 2020. Let's get some claps. Yeah. Drums are one of the parts of a track that I probably spend the most time on. What just happened? Excuse... What? I'm at 180 BPM. Did you guys see me do something? Did I click something and then like... Because I didn't see me click anything. Yeah, this was meant to be at 180 BPM. This was originally at 180 BPM. Or did I originally go down to... No, there's no way. This had to be at 180 BPM. It was always at... Wait. Well, I did something. Yeah, let me undo some stuff here. Restretch. Okay, so I must have done something. Let me go through. It's not hang on. Current project history. Not to be early reflection level. No, I didn't do anything to change it. High damping. That's reverb. High cut. That's also reverb. Wet level. Yeah, it did happen after I saved. Okay, that is a good thing. So let me just reload this. Is the 3, 2, 1 button activate? Yeah, I think it always was though. Yeah, that's just for like a count in. Like counting in for recording. But let me just open it back up. Not save the changes. And then, oh, here we are. Some nice analytics here. What? I've never had that happen. Yeah, no, I didn't save it. I never had that happen before. In any track ever. We'll get it figured out. I'll get it figured out. Because, like, everything's there. It's just... Okay. Alright. We're good. We're all good. Okay, I'm going to look back at the stream afterward and see what I did to do that. And then keep in mind that later. But we have all our stuff. And we have the snare. So we're all good here. What was I about? Okay, what was I about to do? I was about to do something. I forgot. Was so dramatic. Maybe so. Maybe. I don't know. I'll look back and I'll yeah, you did. You did. You're adding a clap. That was what I was going to do. Claps. Yeah. That was it. Good old claps. So I'm just going to go Ultimate Producer Bundle 2020. Exclusive drums. These drums are fire. Claps. Let's not do the same thing I did all over again. And let's take these snares down. Maybe something juicy. Ooh. I like that because the snares are so tight that I want something that isn't super that isn't as tight, just something a little looser. Yeah, we got to get hi-hats in here. Let's get some... There's hi-hats here. Ultimate Producer Bundle drums. These drums are fire. Open hi-hats. Not this one, but one of them. I could easily do this in like the channel rack, but I don't feel like it. So let's scoot this all down. I'm just so hyper aware of all the movements I'm doing in FL Studio just to see if I can catch myself accidentally doing it again. Then we'll have to end it right here. And then of course we'll have to turn it down. I'm assuming you guys mean this hi-hat right here. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And guess what free plugin I'm going to use again? I'm going to use Pancake 2. Except I'm going to set it to 1 bar. And then adjust this so it goes back and forth. And then I have to make sure that I can set a peak here, make it square. And then mix it in. Back and forth. Nice, I enjoy it. Okay, so now that that's done, let me kind of, wow, I have more elements here than I thought I did. But let's work with this to fill in the rest of the track.
Catch me looking up when I feel down.
I don't know if I want to start off with the vocal. I feel like I want there to be more intro. So we'll kind of stretch this out here. And we'll take these.
Catch me looking up when I feel down.
But then something else has to come in here. Where's that crash? Crash is too loud. I have to make sure to layer these back where they were. So this right here is the whatchamacallit, the pad. So that's there, and then this right here is the choir. Ooh.
Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Yeah, now. Beat on the catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah. Beat on the edge, yeah. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true, stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true, know what you don't know. Hey, in the clouds when it's ice cold, don't know.
Oh, the claps. The claps. That's a good idea here. Let me,
Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true, stay, and I'll be just fine on my own.
and now let me take an actual clap. That's not like a, it's not like a super loose clap. I just want a dry clap. Oh. Something like that.
Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true, stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true, stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, give me something true, stay, and I'll be just fine on my own.
All right, so how exactly do I want to do this bit? I know I need some sound effects in here. Oh, I have an idea. Let's not start out with this melody super obvious. We're gonna low pass it in just with this built-in low pass filter. Now this built-in low pass filter here is very smooth. It's very gradual. It's not like a really harsh, tight low pass filter. It's like a very smooth one, which is kind of nice because you can fade stuff in with a low pass filter and make it sound just a little more interesting than a volume. So we'll go like this.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah.
This kick needs a serious layer here. We just need like a soft kick or maybe a natural kick. Like a lot of these natural kicks have sort of like real kick elements, like an actual bass drum on a drum kit. They don't sound exactly like it, but they have those kind of textures.
Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Beat on it now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true, stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true, stay, and I'll be just fine on my own.
All right.
Now, down, hot. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true.
Yeah, maybe just a kind of cymbal. That could be interesting. feel like I can get something like that. Maybe some kind of cymbals are in the, I can get some cymbals like that from Urban Trap Volume 2. Cymbals.
Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. You on the edge, yeah. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now.
Royalties producing me this. No. All the vocals in the and all just the files in the Ultimate Producer, in the Ultimate Vocal Library, Volume 3. Everything is royalty free, so you can use it for commercial productions. You can put your music on YouTube, on Spotify, all that fun stuff.
You on the edge, just to steal now. You on the edge.
And that sort of makes me want to put a hi-hat. Just a subtle one.
Just to steal now. You on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah. Give me something true.
Just to fill that little gap.
Just to steal now. You on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah.
And it also, not being sidechained, make sure these drums don't sound too powerful. Oh, that's a tiny one. Do it now, which is doing. Oh, okay. I thought it was an actual royalty question. I get those all the time.
You on the edge. You on the edge, yeah.
I could, in theory, pretty much use any of these.
You on the edge. You on the edge. You on the. You on the edge. You on the.
Yeah, I liked this one. Was it this one?
You on the edge.
Eighth triplets. I don't know if I want to do triplets. I'm not sure about that.
You on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah.
Well, maybe if I go. It doesn't sound bad. It's not like 6/8.
You on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
You're probably referring to 6/8. That's usually more common if it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, kind of like that.
You on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
Another thing I would say, don't be afraid to pan things around a little bit.
You on the edge, yeah.
Especially if they're like this, where they're kind of background and subtle, then you can do that around. You don't have to be scared to do stuff like that. I almost think there needs to be more of a digital nature to this bit. And that makes me want to do something, or at least try something interesting. I want to try the free Bit Crusher. Once again, Crush. This is like the third free plugin I've used in this video. But I can turn off the filter, turn off the dry. Maybe that'll add just a little bit of a digital texture. This isn't even technically an 808. It's just a sub. And what if maybe a touch of the same thing on this one?
Oh,
add a fat 808.
Something true instead, and now we just know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night.
And this is the phone test. Okay, so I just wanted to hear basically if the high end was too weird, if it just sounded good on my headphones or not, but I don't think it sounds weird. I think it sounds pretty good.
No. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Head in the dead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
So we definitely need to add some kind of breakdown. We need sound effects happening here. So I think for the sound effects, I'm just going to, I'll just get some more for, get rid of crush. Nah. Makes it sound more digital. I think it's kind of interesting that we could add that. Next up, we're going to add stuff from, where is it? I just said it. Yeah, the Platinum Producer bundle. We're gonna add some sound effects from here because I know this has some that we can use. Lots of down sweeps, impacts, risers.
Just fine on my own. Just fine on my own. Head in the
There's the clapper impact.
Just fine on my own. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground. Just fine on my own. Head in the clouds where it's just.
It's kind of a heavy impact. I'd rather do something a little more along the lines of this. Why is my snap so dang low? There we are.
Just fine on my own. Head just fine on my own. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so.
Rise up.
Really don't know what you don't know. Know what you don't know.
And then we have to limit this here.
Know what you don't know. Know what you don't know. Lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Fine on my own. Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes.
Risers. It's hard to hear the risers because they start out quiet. I know this one's pretty decent. It's kind of white, noisy, and bubbly. So let's use this.
Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't.
Maybe if I have time, I'll fine tune that. But it's just so in the background that it's not really. How long am I staying on for? Probably not terribly much longer. We're a little over 2 hours, so we've been going for a little bit of time. But I'm just gonna wrap up. I'm just gonna make this intro and this transition. I'm gonna nail that, and then I'm going to do a little bit of an outro, and then that'll probably be it.
Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes.
Okay, it's way too long. I just want it to be like halfway intensity.
Head in the clouds where it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't. Stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Really don't know what you don't know.
Different riser. Let's test these out. What is this? Oh, that's just basic. Oh, that's weird. It's where that beep is killing me. The beep? What do you mean the beep? Taken away from the guitars. It's just a beep. There's no beep. There's no beeps. There's bit crushing.
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. And I go. Say no.
Are you talking about the bit crushing that I added? Or the downsampling? Okay, this is the question. Is the sub, the one from the sub, bothering you? Or is it from this? Both? No, I want one of them. I'll kick one out from the sub, but I like a little bit of bit crushing here on some of them. I'll turn it down. How about that?
In the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know.
There, is this better?
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know it, and I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the
Oh boy, I forgot this riser was here. That's not the one I want. Maybe I'll take a down sweep. And turn it into a riser. Let's reverse it.
clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go.
Again, it's a little too long. Let's take this here. I made these really long so they'd be nice and big and intense.
Clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's know what you don't know.
So now this crash
Know what you don't know. Know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold.
makes a little more sense.
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Head in the clouds, but it's beat on the head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go.
What if I telephoned the vocal?
Fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Really don't know what you don't know.
Yeah, what if I did some sort of telephoning action? True.
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Head in the clouds.
I could use the same patcher preset that I had before, where it was just, where is it? Instant riser. And then, which I'll probably add to this rise anyway, but I'm just gonna go.
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so.
I'll just do something like that. So I will activate it and create the automation clip. And then this thing is gonna just come up here. And then come back down.
I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but
And I have to make sure that this is doing its own thing before the vocals come in.
I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know.
Actually, it's going to slide down a little bit later. The one problem with this thing is that you can't slide down too quickly with it, otherwise there'll be some low frequency stuff.
So, really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold.
Maybe it could slide down during this bit. Huh.
So, really don't know what you don't know. So, really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So, really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know.
Alright, so concerning this transition,
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes.
should I take out the guitar in this bit?
Still now, be on the edge.
Why is it doing that? Oh, because I stretch it out. Okay, that's fine.
Catch me looking up, what's still now? Be on the edge. Listen with my head, flying on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on, flying on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Oh no. Be on the edge. Listen with my head. Give me something true instead. Say no clouds, but it's
I almost want some more ambience in here, and I feel like I have an interesting idea for what I can do, which is to take, let's see, where is it? There was one, now save. I have to just keep saving. There's this one, Rhythm Revolution 2 comes with a construction kit for the demo track that I put together. And there's this one sound in here that I really like for stuff like this. It's actually a Serum preset that made that, but I love taking the audio file and just turning it down and adding it in these areas because it works so nice. Just this really interesting ambience, and it works good when you're rising up as well because it's almost like it's constantly moving. It's like a weird riser that never actually rises. It's strange.
clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. I be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes.
And then I can normalize it and kind of go in and out and shape it to kind of be like this, maybe a little more. Let's see. So I maybe can make it rise.
I be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground. Say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Be on the edge. Listen with my head. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
A little bit more reverb maybe.
I'll be just fine on my own. I'll be just fine on my own. I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes.
Okay, let's talk about this intro. I think this part is actually pretty nice.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge.
There has to be some sort of like rise in here, some kind of maybe reverse cymbal.
That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on. That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on. That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat. That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge. That my heart is yours to steal now. That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge. Listen with my head. something true.
So I'm going to find some kind of symbol, and then we're going to reverse it. Is there a symbol in here? Well, there's already a reverse symbol, so I'm just going to take that, I guess.
That my heart is yours to steal now.
Not super long, though.
That my heart is yours to steal now. That my heart is yours to steal now. That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah.
Maybe I'll pitch it up. Yeah.
That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah.
Can't make it too loud and too heavy.
That my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah.
Oh, and a sub drop. Take the sub drop, throw that here as well.
Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes.
What if we took the bass line?
Steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah. Give me something true.
I like that idea, but we're gonna have to make some changes. So let's make this unique. I think I want to take it. Whoa, hello. I think I want to take out the sub itself. So sub, goodbye. And what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to take make a different version of this. So I'm going to clone it. I'm going to take it out of 19. I'm going to throw it into something else eventually, but I'll copy it, paste, and cut. One that's not so stereo. Maybe even more stereo. I just want to hint at this pattern and maybe give it a little bit of low frequency.
Heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah. Give me something true. Something true. Stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, beat on the.
This beat is kind of cool on its own.
Just to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah. Give me something true. Stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah. To my head, yeah. Give me something true. Stay, and I'll be just.
Where's this? So much reverb on this, like I like it, but
yeah, give me something true. Stay, and I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies, you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold.
this impact needs to be a little bigger, starting with the kick.
In the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Know what you don't know.
And with the
What you don't know. In the clouds, but it's ice cold.
Sound Toys call you. I got a couple messages from him, but they're just on my phone, of course.
Really don't know what you don't know. In the clouds, but it's ice cold. Be on the ground where the night goes.
think I'm just about done here.
Something true instead, now we just find our own. So, really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Feet on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. True instead, now we just find our own.
Impacts.
Now we just find our own.
We need these happening at the same time.
Now we just find our own.
But we need some more stuff other than this. We need the guitar.
Now we just find our own. Now we just find our own.
So we have a nice atmospheric ending here.
Find our own. Find our own. Find our own. Now we just find our own. Now we just find our own.
Wait a minute.
Now we just find our own.
I have to find the kicks.
Now we just find our own.
Okay, this pad is kind of triggering because it's offbeat just by a little bit, and I know that's because of how I did the LFOs, but I'm just going to scoot it in a little and slide it in. I am gonna keep saving.
We just find our own. Hey in the clouds, but it's ice cold. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah.
And I can take these vocals,
Find our own. Feet on the edge, yeah.
and then we'll move this.
Find our own. Give me something true instead. Now we just find our own. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah.
You already know we're gonna go ahead and put this here.
Find our own. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead. Now we just find our own.
Need to use a shortcut for save more. Yeah, timing. I can either go like this or I can go like this. It's much more efficient to go control save.
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead. Now we just find our own.
Interesting way to end it, but I'm not going to end it that way. I have to fade some stuff out. That's what I need to work on.
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah.
And we'll start with this phaser noise. I'm going to do the old low pass. No, I'm not going to do a low pass filter trick. I'm going to do the volume. So I'm going to go like this.
Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something
Maybe
true
change this to high.
instead.
Yeah.
Now we just find our own.
Need a bing tail on the vocal. What do you mean a bing tail?
Feet on the edge.
Oh, a big tail. Oh, I thought you said bing. I'm like, what is a bing tail? Big tail.
Find our own.
Yeah, I gotta bring in like a delay so it just goes oh, just out into the distance.
Find our own. Find. Feet on the edge, yeah, yeah. Listen with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead. Now we just find our own.
And then these pads.
Yeah.
Have you ever used Portal? I haven't. I've seen it though. It looks very good. And now I can use this low pass filter to come in here the same way I did with the other ones. The modulation X offset, and just have this fade out.
Feet on the edge.
Let's see.
Messing with my head, yeah. Give me something true instead. And now we just fine on my own. 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 Now we just fine on my own.
I'm actually gonna end this right here with the first chord. Because it's very hard to hear, and then the trailing out reverb is going to be the root chord.
Give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own.
And I'm totally fine with that. This thing can fade out a little faster.
Give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own.
So now we can deal with big reverb for these vocals.
Instead, and now we just fine on my own.
Actually, I want big reverb and big delay. So what I'm going to do is open up Serum Effects, and then we can just control the mix.
Give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own.
So even shorter, maybe 1/2.
Give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own.
Yeah.
Give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own. Give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own. Give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own.
Just like that. So now we can mix in these vocals, create an automation clip, or mix in the effects on these vocals.
Messing with my head,
And it just comes up at the end here.
messing with my head, give me something true instead, and now we just fine on my own.
Yeah, kind of like that. Nice.
Messing with my head, give me something true instead.
Well, maybe I can use this yeah again just right here for the instead.
Give me something true instead. Beat on the edge, messing with my head, give me something true instead. And now we just.
Why is it so stereo?
Give me something true instead. And now we.
Nah, I'm gonna take it away.
And now we just fine on my own.
Nice, I enjoy that.
And now we just fine on my own.
Good outro. And I always say, give yourself a little bit of space at the end of your outro for your tracks. In my opinion, that's what I do, especially if you're just releasing a single. Because there's just a little bit of moment there where the listener can just sit back and be like, okay, the track's over. Like, it isn't just immediately whoosh, right onto the next track. They forgot about it. They're just ending the track. There's just a little bit of space there. Gives them room to relax. And I also say put a little bit of space at the beginning, but only just a little bit, and that's to keep from clickage. Space is very important. Space is cool.
Catch me look, be on the ground. Really don't know what you don't know.
Okay, and last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add that plugin, that instant riser. Well, it's just a patcher, but the patch that I made in Patcher, I'm going to add it to this riser, so we can benefit from it, what it was made for. Let's see, instant riser. So yeah, this is basically, what was it? Instant smile. Instant smiles from Data something. Data Life. I think it was Instant Smile from Data Life. That does pretty much the same thing. But let me activate this and then create the automation clip. When it's all the way down, it does nothing. And then I rise it up and it will kind of limit everything like this. I'm going to make just sort of the extreme version of it.
Head in the clouds where the sight's cold. Be on the ground where the night goes. Say no lies if you say so. If you don't know what you don't know.
Endless smile, yeah.
Say no lies.
Is that what I said? I forget what I said. I don't know what I said.
Say no lies.
So what it is there is the low frequencies are limited, the high frequencies are limited a little bit. It's kind of mono. There's a little bit of reverb that it's drowning in. But I'm just going to turn the reverb level down.
Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sight's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sight's cold. Be on the ground.
All right. So I think we're pretty much good here. This is kind of an interesting track. It's not something that is really defined to one style. It's just kind of an experimental, it's like a weird, it has some hip hop vibes, but it's also kind of electronic with some almost cinematic elements as well. It's sort of interesting and weird, and I enjoy it. There's the guitars in there as well. Maybe like a weird epic-ish R&B thing. I don't know what to call it. But I think I'm pretty satisfied with how this track has come out. So we're gonna give this one last listen all the way through. I'll make any weird changes if I think I need to make any, and then that'll be it for this stream. So here we go. Let's give this a listen. Again, vocals and guitars from the Ultimate Vocal Library Volume 3. Link in the description.
Catch me looking up when I feel down. Hard ice cold music too loud. Said you was wanting something real now. You know that my heart is yours to steal now. Beat on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own. Head in the clouds where the sight's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Head in the clouds where the sun's cold. Be on the ground where the night go. Say no lies if you say so. Really don't know what you don't know. Be on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own. Be on the edge, yeah, yeah. Messing with my head, yeah, yeah. Give me something true instead, and I'll be just fine on my own.
Very cool, very cool. And there is some more mixing stuff I could do. I could get in and be like, oh, this needs to be that level. I need to EQ this. I need to go in and, you know, take everything apart. I could do that. I could definitely do that. But I don't think it would be that efficient for a stream. It wouldn't really be as interesting to watch as producing, and it'd be a lot of sort of under the hood, just me listening to the same thing over and over and over and trying to perfect it. It happens, but I'm happy with how this turned out, and overall with the mix, I think it's decently presentable. I'm pretty happy with that. So thank you guys for tuning in. Are we officially friends now, or am I just Pixels to you? We're friends. Kind of, maybe sort of. Maybe Pixels, I don't know. We're all friends when I'm streaming. That's how I view it. So cool. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you all coming out to this stream, no matter how long you watched, and I will see you in the next video. Happy producing.